Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rines Report. This is your host, Tristan Rines. We are back here post-spring break. It was, I hope, for everybody listening, a very relaxing, joyful spring break. I know I was having heart attacks every day because free agency wasn't working the way it was supposed to, it opened an hour ago, and people should be starting getting signed now, not like, oh, I'm going to sign with you when free agency opens, blah, blah. It makes my heart hurt. Anyway, but I am joined here once again, of course, with Sam Montana.
Hey, Tristan. Hey, everybody. Nice to be back. Nice to be refreshed. Nice to get back on the air.
All right, we got a full hour ahead of us. Free agency just opened an hour ago. We are sitting here staring at Twitter. We are sitting here staring at NFL.com, ESPN, making sure we stay up to date with everything happening. It's very interesting. Let's start off. First off, as Radford University students, go Highlanders for beating the LIU Brooklyn team. First tournament win in Radford history.
I'm so excited.
And guess who we're playing tomorrow?
Oh, God.
If you hear me stammering a little bit, it's because we're playing Villanova.
We're going to win. No, we're going to win.
I really do hope we win.
We're not going to win.
I really hope we win.
If we win, it'll be the upset of the century.
I would say this would be the biggest upset of all time.
In
honestly,
college basketball history,
of course, by far. At least in the major American sports, for sure. Because this would be a bigger upset than the Giants beating the Patriots in 07-08.
No, this would be like...
This would be a bigger upset than what else?
There's nothing quite like if we were to beat them. It would be insane. I can't think of anything. I really can't.
Because then, think about this. If Radford beats Villanova...
Alabama or Tech?
We gotta make a guarantee live on air. Like if something happens, like if we beat Villanova, we have to do something funny and then post it on the Rines Report Facebook page.
We'll wear Eagles jerseys.
No.
Really?
I'm not doing it.
If we beat Villanova, you wouldn't wear an Eagle. I would wear an Eagles jersey.
I don't have access to.
I'll borrow one from somebody. I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm trying to think of stuff.
Cleveland Browns officially announced the welcome of Tyrod Taylor via Twitter. Former Bears and Packers guard Josh Sitton will be visiting the Dolphins tonight. Good for him.
Is it just me or did all the big signings happen before they were signings?
I know.
Right? Isn't that weird?
It's irritating.
Because I like that.
I like the excitement of as soon as 4 o'clock happens, you get
open.
everything. You get everything.
I do like
once.
that too. You hear some rumblings, but isn't it weird?
Case Keenum's gonna get a 2-year deal. John Elway Albert Breer retweet. John Elway agreed to terms to get Case Keenum. So that's the starting quarterback for Denver next season. Case Keenum. Von Miller. I saw him on social media expressing his excitement. But a lot of quarterback movement.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins announced yesterday. The rumors were, in fact, true that Kirk Cousins is going to sign with the Minnesota Vikings for a 3-year, $86 million, fully guaranteed. I'm going to get really close to the mic. $86 million, fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed?
Fully guaranteed.
That's NBA money.
That's really NBA money. That changes the market in a sense. Also, I want to take a brief moment just to express personally the sorrow I feel in my heart for the loss of Stephen Hawking. 76 years old.
Yeah.
Lost to the science community, lost to the world, in my opinion.
Great man.
Great man. A lot of different theories he expressed, confirmation of Hawking radiation, stuff like that. I'm a little bit of a science and space nerd, but I feel like if you don't have a genuine interest in space, then I don't know, man.
You should have a genuine interest in Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, of course. You should know who Stephen Hawking is. Stephen Hawking, you know how we go back in history and we look back at Einstein.
Socrates, Aristotle,
Newton, of course. We look at them. I think we look back at science, and Stephen Hawking is this.
He's going to be up there with the best of them. Yeah.
I think Elon Musk is the next guy that takes that sort of podium.
We'll see.
But we'll see what happens. But yeah, well wishes to the rest of the Hawking family. Obviously, I mean. Great story. If you haven't seen, let's see what happened. Nope, nothing important. Sorry, I have my ring on, so if you hear that popping up, it's because news is happening through the NFL. It's a big time though. But yeah, well wishes to the Hawking family. But we're back here on sports.
Julius Thomas got released.
He did.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm honestly not that surprised by it.
I'm not either, but he did get released.
Who was he with?
I'm pretty sure the Dolphins, right?
Was he with the Dolphins? Or I thought they traded him to Jacksonville or something like that a while back.
Released the 3-time.
Who was
it? Miami also released tight end Julius Thomas. He didn't do anything there.
No, he kept getting hurt, stuff like that.
I always forget he's there.
But no, let's address the quarterbacks. I've heard rumors that AJ McCarron is on a few teams' radars as well. I've heard a few things. You hear all sorts of stuff via your social media. I've heard the Patriots are actually taking a little bit of an interest in McCarron.
Yeah, so did I. I saw that.
Let's see.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he's got some experience.
Ditch Hoyer, bring him in, and then draft someone. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to use your first round pick on that position. But there's a lot of free agency moves, people hitting the market in the last couple days that have been almost mind-boggling. Jimmy Graham signing with the Packers, and then in turn, the release of Jordy Nelson by the Packers. What is he, 33, you said, when we were talking before?
Yeah, he was 33.
33 years old.
He'll be
still
30,
productive.
He will be 33 this year.
Yeah, he'll be 33 at the start of the next season. Very productive receiver. I mean, he's had a few health issues, but I would still sign him. I don't know how much I would sign him for.
Nelson?
Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. I've heard a little bit of ESPN.
He was so good last year. Like, why wouldn't you at least take a risk on him and sign him?
My thing is that the tight ends aren't. I don't know how heavily they are used by the Packers. Like Jimmy Graham's a big tight end.
Yeah,
you're gonna give him the ball.
No, but is that their system? Do you know what I mean?
Because Martellus, even when he was there, I understand he was battling a little bit of an injury, but when he was on the field, he wasn't utilized.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to make the tight end work, and it's just like
it's not happening. Like Seattle makes tight ends work, you know what I mean? But that's because they're big red zone targets.
Even they make them work, but like there's some teams that really use the tight end. Like Denver uses the tight end.
Yeah,
Patriots use the tight end.
Like Indianapolis,
Raiders
also
Indianapolis.
uses them. Yeah.
There's some teams that really use them, some teams that don't, and I think a lot of teams are trying to, and
I think it's more of like a trust thing. Maybe Rodgers wasn't like fully comfortable with Bennett yet. We'll see. But Jimmy Graham's going to be there for what we've seen is 3 years. That's the contract. Big news.
Might finish his career there. He really might finish.
He
his
probably
career
could. Big news out of Cleveland today. Outside of the signings of Jarvis Landry, which was a huge deal to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that and I was like, oh, I feel so bad for Jarvis. And then they ended up picking Tyrod up, and I was like, oh man, maybe I don't feel so bad for him anymore. Good pickup, by the way, for Cleveland getting Tyrod Taylor. I think he's a good quarterback. He took the Bills to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Today the Browns signed Carlos Hyde, the running back from San Francisco, really solid running back. What does this mean for Saquon Barkley? But also the bigger news: starting left tackle for the Browns, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, All Pro. Like almost every season he was in the league. Joe Thomas has announced his retirement. That was their best player.
Makes sense though. I mean, he has been there a really long time.
I think he was having a lot of fun with the broadcasting side. Because you did see him on the sideline a little bit during the season, and he just looked like he belonged on the sideline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, what was that guy that used to work for Fox? He used to be Tony Saragusa. He kind of reminds me of the Goose. He reminds me of him a little bit. Like he seems like the kind of guy that works on the sideline. Yeah. Oh yeah, I could see Joe Thomas.
We got to talk about Cousins.
Yeah, we got to talk about Cousins. What does this mean for Minnesota? What do you go ahead, have your
Super Bowl run?
You think they're definitely...
They're going to go on a run. I don't know if they'll win it all, but...
The NFC is so tough this year.
I know, and they have a really tough schedule, but this was like... Their defense is so nasty.
They needed a quarterback to even be close to getting back.
They needed a quarterback to get them all the way. Now I think they can go all the way. I really do.
I mean, dude, Philly is bolstering up the defensive line. They signed Haloti Ngata yesterday.
Yeah, but that defense last year, oh my god.
That defense
and now they've got
now
they've got a quarterback that can actually sling it.
Oh, Minnesota, yeah.
This was perfect.
He signed a 3-year deal just in case, you know what I mean? Like they lose all their pieces. He doesn't have to stay if he doesn't want to. But think about this. This is what you and I were chatting about. We had a quick 5 minutes before I had to go to a class, and you brought up like, what if he's bad? Like, what if he's bad? I was like, because they don't have Pat Shurmur anymore. He's the Giants head coach. Good job to the Giants for picking up Nate Solder. I mean, they need the offensive lineman. But yeah, like they don't have Pat Shurmur anymore, who was their offensive wizard last season, and I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is now. Mike Zimmer might be able to make it work. Who knows, man? Because what if he's bad? No matter what, he's getting $86 million.
I'm laughing so hard if he's bad. I'm gonna be like almost crying laughing.
I'll feel bad for Minnesota. I mean, like
I will too.
Minnesota's been like up and down as far like since I've been watching football like passionately. They've been up and down. Like they go to the playoffs, but they don't have a quarterback, and then they lose in the first round. Blah blah blah. They're an interesting team to watch.
Next year they should draft a QB though.
Just next season.
Next season, I think.
Yeah, because they got their quarterback of the future for the next 3 seasons.
But like if he doesn't want to come back after 2 years, you'll have had somebody sitting in the wake for a few years, and then they can take over.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like if you're planning it out. I mean that team is that's the thing. That team is so young and so talented. They've got all those guys for another 2 or 3 years. Man.
So is Philly, man. So
I know
Philly's gonna have the nastiest pass rush coming in next season. They got Bennett. They got Fletcher Cox. They've got nothing important. They got Fletcher Cox. They got Brandon Graham, a great edge rusher. Haloti Ngata. Bennett. Yeah, that's right.
They just picked up Michael Bennett.
Well, no, there's another Bennett. The rookie they picked up. He was pretty good, too. He had 6 sacks during the season.
That's right.
He was the one who recovered the fumble in the Super Bowl.
That's right, yeah.
Derek Barnett.
Oh, no.
Derek Barnett, my bad, not Bennett.
Yeah,
Barnett.
I was like, wait, what are you talking? Yeah,
Barnett.
okay, yeah.
But they got 5 good defensive linemen that can get to the quarterback. They re-signed Nigel Bradham today.
It's hard to repeat, though. That's what I'm saying.
It's very hard in the NFC to repeat.
Yeah.
It's hard to get back to the playoffs at all.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Like, what if the offense crumbles?
No.
I mean, Wentz is going to be back. I'm not saying it's
he'll
not
be
going to happen.
fine.
I still think, considering that their cap situation, though, that they're going to trade Nick Foles. They're going to need the cap space. There's no way that they're going to
They should trade him now while they can get him for something good.
Yeah.
If they wait another year, people might be like, eh. You know what I mean? Like, while the iron's hot, strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Where would he go, do you think?
I mean, now that this whole quarterback shuffle has been all over
That's
the
what I
place.
mean. Now that
I mean, Denver's got a quarterback now. Minnesota's got their guy. Cleveland's got Tyrod. They could still pick Sam Darnold at 1.
they
if they
probably
really want
will
to.
pick Sam Darnold.
Or no,
at 1.
if I was them, I would pick Saquon and then get a quarterback at 4.
Yeah.
Because you'll still have 3 of the top 4 quarterbacks.
That's true. You know what? You're
sitting
right.
there, even if Darnold doesn't go.
I forget how many draft picks they have, man. In the
They have
first
2.
round.
They have 2 in the first 5.
I know. Isn't it insane?
Let's see. Teddy Bridgewater is going to the Jets, from
That's
what I understand.
right. No, I think that's
Josh
official.
McCown re-signed, so they're sticking with McCown, and just in case they have Bridgewater. Washington, I could maybe see making a run at Nick Foles.
They got Smith.
They don't want to trade in the division.
They got Alex Smith, too. They don't need him.
Oh, that's right.
I know, right? Yeah, I forgot that.
With the whole Cousins thing, you can forget that Alex Smith is still in Washington.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they have a quarterback.
Who doesn't have a quarterback? I'm actually trying to think.
Do you think
Cardinals should make a run for him? They got Bradford. They signed Bradford for a bunch of money. Did you see that? $20 million.
I wouldn't have signed Bradford
for Sam
10.
Hurt Bradford. There must be a lot of.
Have you seen the NFL meme where it's like him pulling up in Arizona and it's an ambulance just like booking it down the road? Because every year he gets hurt. And I like Sam Bradford. He's an accurate player.
Oh my god!
Puts him right on the receiver, but he can't stay healthy.
They should pick up Nick Foles.
They should make a trade to go get Nick Foles.
See, I was
because I don't think their draft pick's terribly high.
If you're Arizona, you go everywhere and you go, what do you want for a quarterback?
What's their draft pick? Let me look. Let's see.
I think it's 15th.
15th?
Something like that.
They usually sit around the mid-round picks. Just making sure we get the audio correct. Yeah, a little higher. Cool. Let's see.
I would go, if I was Arizona, though, I would literally go everywhere and be like, what do you want for a quarterback?
I mean,
I'll give you anything. I'm sorry, quarterbacks are everything in this league. Especially right now, everyone's got a quarterback. Mm-hmm. The only teams that don't really have a quarterback, I'm trying to think of teams that don't have a quarterback.
I mean, like Jacksonville, they even re-signed Bortles.
Which was pretty surprising to
But
me.
they signed him in a way in which they could get another quarterback if they wanted.
That's true.
So Bortles is like, he's kind of in, but he's kind of out. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? We'll see what happens in the next few years.
I can't think of any teams that really need a quarterback. I'm serious. That could still get one off the market. That could like go out and find a better quarterback than they have, except for like the Cardinals. I really can't.
But yeah, I think Nick Foles right now is at least just as good as Sam Bradford.
He doesn't get hurt. He's better than Sam Bradford.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Sam Bradford.
I don't think he's better than Sam. We haven't seen enough of Nick to say he's better.
I've seen enough of Nick.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, dude. I've seen enough of Nick. He's good. He's got an MVP.
It hurts,
but yeah. He's legit.
He's got a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he's legit.
But so did like Desmond Howard. You know what I mean? Like Desmond Howard didn't pan out.
I still have him over Sam Bradford. He wins games.
Yeah,
he's a winner. I'll take him.
Well, he didn't win very much in L.A., but then again, it was Jeff Fisher curse.
Yeah, that's not.
I blame Jeff Fisher for that.
He played really well when he was in Philly, and then they traded him for like no reason. That's
because they had Vic.
No, it's because Chip Kelly's a.
No, he left in free agency.
Did he?
Yeah, because
it's been a while
because
now,
they had Chip. He took him to the playoffs, and then he's gone.
Then they wouldn't pay him.
The Falcons added veteran lineman Brandon Fusco. I don't know exactly how you say that, but yeah, they've added him. Like I said, I'm sitting here.
Yeah, I mean, this is all happening in the last hour. It's been.
Where do you think? So yeah, a few guys have been released. Tyrann Mathieu and Ndamukong Suh officially released today.
Yep.
Tyrann released like 20 minutes before 4 o'clock, so they didn't have to pay him. Where do you think Tyrann goes?
Like, I mean, I'm looking at that right now. Apparently, a bunch of players are trying to recruit him online.
Of course.
Like JJ Watt's trying to get him right now.
The dude makes plays.
Can you imagine if he went to Texas?
I could see him in Houston.
Can you imagine if he went to Houston?
The thing is, I will say on the part of Houston, I mean, it doesn't look like it's a very friendly place for players. Like, it doesn't because of the ownership, man. They're like, we're not going to take anybody who takes part in any of those protests.
That's really true. I didn't even think about that.
Which, like, it's probably a big deal for a lot of players, man. Like, it doesn't seem like an environment that a lot of players are trying to be in. But who knows? I've heard rumors that potentially they could just shop around a few of their players as well out of Houston. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
No one needs a quarterback. I'm really trying, except for like the Cardinals.
I mean, like if you're Cincinnati, maybe.
No.
If you want to, like,
you're not going to find anyone better than Andy Dalton right now in the market.
Not now. No. Baltimore.
No, again,
Flacco's okay.
No one good enough. Do you know what I mean? Like you would wait for the draft at this point.
Yeah.
There's no one.
Which means Philly's either gonna have to cut Foles.
Oh, the Bills.
See, the Bills moved up. That brings me to another thing. The Bills traded with Cincy for Cordy Glenn, and they swapped first-round picks. So basically, the compensation for the swap was Cordy Glenn to the Bengals, which they need help on the offensive line, right? So the Bills are now at 12 for their first pick. Then they have the 23rd pick. What I think the Bills are trying to do is see whatever good quarterbacks are left. Because think about this. The quarterbacks, we don't really know. Like right now, I'm assuming Saquon Barkley's going to go 1, right?
It's a good year for quarterbacks, though. It is.
I've been watching film. I don't know how much I like these quarterbacks, though. Like, my problem with Darnold is that he plays a lot of, from what, I'm going to cite Voch Lombardi on YouTube. So if you do hear this, Voch Lombardi, go for you. Good job. Thanks for the film. But he plays a lot of this, what he calls hero ball, where he just kind of flings it in the area and hopes for his receiver. He overthrows receivers a lot. I think it was like his numbers are similar to like Namath, where it's like 2 touchdowns to every pick. So like you're getting a 2-to-1 ratio, which is
it's not smart football.
It's not effective. Like there's not a lot of form. He has some mechanics issues.
He's not playing smart football. He
just has the NFL body at the moment, and he's okay.
Fine.
You know what I mean? Like right now, I compare him to like Josh McCown.
I'll say this though, the NFL is due for a really good
new
NFL
wave
class.
New wave
of quarterbacks. They are. The last time I can think that we had a really good new wave was the year Russell Wilson was a quarterback. Because it was Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck,
Kaepernick,
RG3. Who am I forgetting?
No. But I'm thinking about consistent
Tannehill.
Guys. No, the last class I can think of that was good for a while. I really liked. Philip Rivers, Eli Manning, and Ben Roethlisberger were all taken in the same draft.
That's true. That's the
last draft that's produced big quarterbacks, like multiple of them, that I can think of. You know what I mean?
No, I do.
Like, because RG3 isn't even in the league right now.
Nope.
Kaepernick can't get signed anywhere.
Nope.
Andrew Luck is suffering from shoulder injuries every single year.
I think.
And Russell Wilson's the exception to me. Like, Russell Wilson and Andrew Luck are the only 2 guys that are on rosters. And Andrew Luck is coming off an injury. He's been okay.
His career might be over.
He's very no. I like Andrew Luck.
I
think
like
he's
Andrew Luck
fine.
too, but he keeps getting hurt. I'm just saying. Like,
Russell Wilson's almost an MVP though. That's my thing. So like they have some good players.
When did Cam Newton get drafted?
He got number 1. He was the year before that. He got drafted number 1 by.
You're right. Yeah, that was the year before that. That's right.
2012. I think.
Yeah, I'd say 11 or 12, right? Something like
that. Yeah. I mean, besides that, Aaron Rodgers and Alex Smith went in the same draft.
But that was 2000.
That was like 2003.
Yeah.
Something like that.
4 or 5, something like that. I feel like.
I can't remember exactly what year. It might have been 4. Who knows?
Because Brett Favre was,
He was still the starter in Green Bay. Yeah, he like
in 2007.
Aaron had to wait for a while.
In 2007, was he still a starter in Green Bay? I think he was.
Yeah,
I think it was his last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that means that 2008.
Because in the following year he goes to the Jets, and then that's when Brady got hurt.
And then the year after that he goes to the Vikings.
Yes.
And he goes for 2 years.
1.
Was it 1 year?
I think it was only 1 year.
I could have sworn it was 2 years, but you're probably right. Okay, anyways, but yeah.
Let's see. Ndamukong Suh's on the market. So we have Tyrann Mathieu and Ndamukong Suh hitting the market.
I have no idea where them go. Suh might really go to the Patriots. Though. Apparently, I saw something. The guy who broke the Amendola story also said that
the Patriots are making a big push to get for Suh. I don't know anybody else who's targeting him. It's been really quiet when it comes to Ndamukong Suh right now.
He's a dirty player.
Well,
that's part of the problem.
Yeah,
people don't want him.
I don't know. I want Ndamukong because he plays like a monster.
Oh, I won't scoff if we take him. I'll be very happy.
No. The guys that I want for the Patriots, I really like Matthew and I really like Suh. I feel like I'd be very happy with a free agency
if we get them both.
Yes, if we got one, I'd be content. You know what I mean? Like, but the way that the Patriots have been going about free agency so far is very questionable. Like they let Butler, Solder, Lewis, and Amendola go.
Yeah.
Which were all big contributors to the team for like the last 4 seasons.
Well, that's what I was saying to you. I was like, so far free agency has started, and we are a slightly worse offense than we were last year. That's basically all that's changed. Nothing else has changed because we get Hightower back and we lose Butler. So it's like competent.
If Hightower can stay healthy,
I think he will though. I think he'll be all right.
Hopefully,
I think he'll be all right.
Hopefully, he stays healthy. What else is going on?
We'll just
let's go back to Twitter. Let's see what's going on. You can go ahead.
I will say this. We're saying, oh, the Patriots have been very quiet, but if you actually look at their history with free agency, they've always been kind of like this.
Yeah, and then last season
They
was
let
an
people
anomaly.
they let people go out and overspend on people, and they pick up who's left, and they usually make them work.
Let's see. Rex Burkhead re-signed with the Patriots to a multi-year deal.
How many?
according to
I actually
NFL.
haven't seen that.
I'll open it up and look.
I will say though, Jordy Nelson. I think the 49ers would be a really good fit for him.
For Jordy Nelson. Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
They would become a playoff team to me.
if they had a
picked up
veteran
Jordy.
wide receiver like that out
Because
there.
they already signed Marquise Goodwin. We
Yep.
signed him. He was a really good, fast receiver. $4 million Buffalo.
They've got somebody else. I forget who. Was it?
Oh,
is it
they
Garcon?
got the 49ers. They picked up Jerick McKinnon, a running back.
No, who else do they have? They have someone else on their team, a wide receiver. I can't remember who though. Is it Pierre Garcon?
Yeah, they do have Pierre Garcon.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how many years. It doesn't say in the article.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll hear
yeah.
about it later.
I also see apparently Jordy Nelson's looking at the Raiders. That's another big one.
I'm told, according to this is retweeted by Adam Schefter, Diana Rossini of ESPN. I'm told both. I'm quoting. I'm told both the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks are interested in Ndamukong Suh. So literally, as we say, the Patriots.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if
Somebody
we went
else
to the
comes out.
Cowboys?
That would be
Or the
very
Seahawks?
good for them. I mean, like
Oh my gosh, that'd be so good for them. I'm sorry.
considering how many people they've lost. Let's talk about Richard Sherman really quickly.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned Richard Sherman
Yeah.
yet going to the 49ers.
That is a big deal. That's why I think the 49ers are going to be a good team because their defensive line is young. They're getting better every year. Reuben Foster's a really good inside linebacker patrolling, and they have Eric Reed. Their cornerback, they needed cornerbacks.
Now they've got one of the best cornerbacks in the league. So
Yeah,
boom,
and then in
done.
the draft, if they really want to, they can go get another cornerback, get an outside linebacker if they really want to. They're sitting at a pretty decent spot. I'm pretty sure in their top 15 because they didn't start winning games.
And the nice thing is they have a quarterback. They can look at running backs and then other
well, yeah,
things
like I
need.
said, they just signed Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
Out of
But what's their pick? What's their first pick?
I'll pull it.
Do you
up.
know? It
The
must
free-
be-
I want to say it's 12.
I can't believe it's so low, actually. But I can because they started winning at the end, so it actually makes sense that it would be at the
Let's
end.
see.
Eventually.
NFL draft order. They are at they're at 9. My bad. Yeah, round 1 it goes Cleveland, New York, Indianapolis, the Browns again, the Broncos, the Jets, Tampa, Chicago, then San Fran. So I could see San Francisco going out and getting an outside edge rusher like to play at linebacker or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They have Marcus Davenport.
Titans. They had a big. They
So-
signed Butler and Lewis,
Yeah, they signed Logan Ryan the year before that
Yeah.
corner.
and their coach.
So the
coached
Tennessee
Patriots.
Patriots, you know,
But
what
their
I mean?
coach for the Patriots. I forget who though. He was.
No, their head coach now is Mike Vrabel. He used
Yeah.
to play for the Patriots.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Mike.
He was
Vrabel.
he
That's right.
scored 2 touchdowns and 2 Super Bowls.
That's right.
No drops.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought for some reason he was a coach. Anyways, okay.
Well, he coached in Houston underneath Bill O'Brien.
Okay, that
he was
makes more
he was
sense.
the defensive coordinator.
That makes more sense. But yeah, I mean, it's Patriots light. That's what people are joking now. Like
Yeah.
they've got Logan Ryan, they've got Malcolm Butler, they got Deion Lewis.
They have Josh Klein, who used to play for the
yo
Patriots.
they have
They're defensive.
They have
secondary.
Logan Ryan and Malcolm
They have
Butler.
Kareem Jackson. I'm pretty sure is his name.
Yeah, but they have Logan Ryan and Malcolm Butler. I wouldn't throw my ball, would you? Because they're both really good.
I mean, you're gonna have to.
I know, but oh my God, no, just
They
run.
have a really deep corner. They have Kevin Byard, who led the league in interceptions last season. They have a really good.
They paid Butler what?
They have an
60?
underrated. Yeah, they paid him $61 million. They have an underrated but good secondary. Like everybody's really hype on LA right now with the Rams, which they should be.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong, because Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib, LaMarcus Joyner, and they have Sam Shields going to play the nickel. They have a really good looking
I
secondary
would say
too.
I would say it would rank Rams, Broncos, Titans for secondaries. Those are the top 3. After that, you can say like 49ers.
Wait, who'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said the Rams, the Broncos. And
Well,
the
without
Titans.
Talib, I mean, they don't.
So?
All they have.
No,
left-
apparently they've got a really good young guy that they like. That's part of the reason why.
Well, they got
let him go.
Roby.
Yeah.
They still have Bradley Roby. I like him.
They have what's his face?
They have Chris Harris Jr.
Yeah, I mean,
But who do they have at safety?
because
Because they don't have T.J. Ward anymore.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
They're
Then-
good, but they're not like, the best secondary
I'd put
in
it.
football.
That's why I put the Rams over them.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's looking like the Rams are going to have the best secondary. It might
Rams-
just take a year for them all to adjust to each other. You know what I mean?
Rams and Titans, maybe. Oh, Vikings. We can't forget about the Vikings.
The
either.
Jets officially just signed Teddy Bridgewater to a 1-year deal worth up to $15 million. Wow.
No, if he's healthy and he plays well, yeah.
Let's see. The Browns are getting really excited on. They're getting really excited on social media.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, Yeah, I mean, this is such a crazy week. I just think it's so weird how many stories broke before they actually happened.
Exactly. It makes me annoyed because I'm a Patriots fan, right? We're both Patriots fans. If the Patriots were doing this, they'd be like, "Oh, they're tampering and strip them of their draft picks, strip them of like everything, blah blah, fine them $500,000, and they lose their draft picks next year."
I think that's part of the reason we haven't heard anything from the Patriots.
Because it's like,
because they know what would happen. They know what would happen to them.
It's like, what do you expect? Because the NFL will start like everybody and their mother will complain the Patriots are cheating.
I do think it's interesting how the Eagles are loading up.
Yeah, they are, but I'm just trying to figure out. Let me look up their cap right now. Eagles cap space.
I wonder what the Chiefs are going to be next year. That's my thing.
I think they're going to be mediocre at best. Not. It's not like I don't like them, but I just think they're only going to be mediocre. Oh, come on, load up. Got a lot of time.
So is Martellus Bennett's career done? After all the drama with Green Bay?
He wants to go to Philly, apparently. I've been hearing that.
Because that's because his brother's there. He wants to play with his brother, apparently.
Yeah, they've been really trying.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
Right now, they have... The Eagles apparently made some room. So they have currently $910,000 in cap space. That's all they have left.
The Eagles?
Yep.
So they're done.
They can't make any more moves as far
they're
as
done
unless they trade people.
Yep.
Let's see. They have a good team though.
They do. I mean, no.
Their defense is just so stacked.
Oh my god, it's so good.
If we stop talking for a moment, just because we're researching.
Well, I
What?
I'm just thinking. I lost my train of thought. I had a team I wanted to talk about. And I totally
Well, here.
Steelers. The Steelers haven't done anything.
The Steelers. I wonder what their cap space situations.
It must not be very good because I don't think they've made a single move. I don't think they've made a single move.
No, not as far as I know.
What happened to Le'Veon Bell?
Well, they franchise tagged.
Okay, they did. Oh my god, did they really?
Again,
he might just sit for the whole season.
He said he's not going to sit for the season, but he's not going to participate in like training camp and stuff unless he gets a deal. So he's going to like show up for games, but he's not going to show up for anything else. Right now, they're underneath the cap by They're by almost $3 million, according to overthecap.com.
I mean, so they really can't make any moves either. Honestly, they're
they can't.
Where they are.
They have to. They actually have to let people go.
You know what they need? A new coach.
I like Mike. No, I don't think it's Tomlin. I think it's a locker room atmosphere that they have, though. Oh, apparently the Patriots are probably going to re-sign James Harrison. They're already talking about it.
Yeah, but I mean,
good for them.
Old, fine.
He still played well.
Fine,
Dude's
but
beast.
I mean, I'm not. Him playing all the entire season.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah,
he might just have to.
Well, I don't think so. I think we'll be all right.
Let's see. Sammy Watkins.
There's a lot of people on the market that are sleepers that we're not thinking of, honestly. Because the
Chiefs signed Sammy Watkins to a deal worth $48 million with $30 million guaranteed.
That was a good drop.
3 years.
That was a good cut by the Rams.
Yeah, I mean they needed to like bring him some cap space. Kyle Fuller's still out there. Andrew Norwell, the left guard, one of the better offensive linemen. He signed a 5-year, $66.5 million deal with $30 million guaranteed, according to Ian Rappaport, with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Case Keenum, Malcolm Butler. I'm just looking at the list right now. They're updating it as we speak. Rashad Breeland went to the Panthers. Dontari Poe is still out there. Justin Pugh is still out there. Zach Brown.
Where's Eric Ebron go?
Eric Ebron.
The tight end from
I could see him going to New Orleans. Because the Saints had expressed interest in Jimmy Graham.
That's a good fit.
And he's a younger... I think he's
a good fit.
Just as athletic as Jimmy Graham.
Where else could he go? That is a good fit, though. I like that fit.
I like New Orleans. I like Seattle.
I'm about to say Seattle would be a good
Seattle's
fit.
Always looking for tight ends. I think that if the Packers really wanted to buy into this tight end thing, they could get them both.
Nah.
The Texans are signing former Saints offensive lineman Cio Clemente to a 3-year, $12 million deal. Let's see. Anything else?
I mean...
I'm looking at other people. Morgan Burnett's still on the market. Safety. Terrell Pryor's still on the market.
Is he really? Mm-hmm. How is he still on the market? Well, how is Nelson still?
Because he had a down year.
I know, but you'd think people... okay. I mean, they're both really good, and they're both experienced. I mean...
The Panthers are re-signing Julius Peppers to a 1-year deal again.
Okay. I
mean, good for him, I guess.
I'm surprised he's not going somewhere else, honestly.
Morris Claiborne's on the market. He still hasn't been picked up.
He might go to the Patriots, I saw.
I've heard about that.
There's actual, they're like, we want you. He'd be a good fit, too. That would be a nice pickup. He wouldn't be bad.
No, that'd be a nice pickup. He's okay.
That'd be a nice pickup. It'd be a nice pickup.
I would still rather start Jonathan Jones over him, though. That's just my opinion. No. I could see him being a good nickel guy. Eric Ebron, of course.
Jonathan Jones is nothing to.
Trey Boston's a free agent. Austin Seferian-Jenkins is a free agent. Dante Moncrief, I'm pretty sure he signed with the Jags.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes. No,
yeah,
he did.
He did? Okay.
Jordy Nelson, of course, still in the market. Dominique Easley, Navarro Bowman, Mike Wallace.
How much do you think people are going to pick up Nelson for?
Jordy?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a 2 or 3 year deal kind of deal for like... It'll be over $20 million.
You think so?
Yeah.
He's pretty old,
I think
man.
people will pay him because he's just productive, man.
I'd pay him.
He gets
20.
the ball. And
I'd pay him $20 million for like 2 years. I don't think I'd go than that though.
Yeah, to me that sounds fair.
That sounds more than fair because of how old he is. He might go back to Green Bay though. Apparently, there's talks that he might just go back to Green Bay and be like, "I'll take
for
it.
less money."
Because I think he's going to shop around and see if anybody wants him for more, and if not, he'll go back to Green Bay, which would make sense for him.
What are your thoughts on the tournament that starts tomorrow? The NCAA March Madness.
We're gonna. Well, I mean, we talked about
Radford's beating Villanova, man.
We just talked about this.
Well, no, I want to get like who do you have winning the entire thing?
I honestly look college basketball. I pay attention to, but I'm not like college sports. I'm not crazy about. If I have to be honest, unless it's like my team, right? I'm excited because Radford's in it. But honestly, I could see like Duke going on.
I mean, it's not that I don't have any school spirit, but I just think Villanova's going to win it all. I have them in my bracket.
You think they're going to win it all?
Yep.
No.
I had them beating UNC in the national championship.
Duke's going to go all the way and win it.
You hope.
Hey, that's a safe bet, and you know it.
If you have to bet, they have not been that great.
I know, but if you have to bet every year on a team going all the way and winning, just bet on Duke, and there's a good chance you'll, get it right.
Yeah, until they lose to like I don't know NC State.
No,
or something.
it can. Yeah, I know it can happen, but I'm just saying there's a good chance that it could happen, that they could go all the way and win it.
I don't know. A lot of people are really excited about UVA. I remember Colin Cowherd talking about it, saying that the only problem he has with UVA is that they don't have any NBA-worthy talent, which is why they can't win consistently deep into March Madness, which is, I mean, kind of a fair assessment from what I understand. Man, it's really quiet right now.
Yeah, there's nothing going on in free agent. Like, I swear all the big moves happened while...
Vikings are finalizing a trade for Broncos quarterback Trevor Siemian, source says. Ian Rappaport 5 seconds ago. You heard it here first.
Ew. For how much? Does it say anything?
No, it's just they're making a trade.
For a pick, maybe? I would
probably
trade a 4th-round pick, 5th-round pick
for Trevor Siemian?
I'd trade a 5th round for him. I wouldn't go higher than that.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you go higher than a 5th round for him? I wouldn't.
Depends on where I'm at in the fourth round.
Remember that time? Was it him or Paxton Lynch that cried?
That cried?
Yeah, on the sideline.
The last person I remember crying on the sideline was Malcolm Butler.
No, on the
It's traumatizing, man.
No, the Broncos game. There was one of the quarterbacks was crying because he got benched. I can't remember who.
I don't know.
It might have been Paxton Lynch. It was the funniest thing.
It could have been. I mean, the dude, for a first-round pick, has underperformed like no one's business.
Well, he was crying. I was thinking, how about you be a professional and stop crying on the field because you got benched?
Then you saw Malcolm Butler crying, and then what did you do?
Yeah, that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
was a regular season game, and he started for all of the every
game.
Every
game. Let's see. Around the NFL, 7 potential landing spots for Tyrann Mathieu. The Giants, Jets, Raiders, Buccaneers, Saints, Packers, and Texans.
Are all interested?
Those are this according to Chris Westling, Around the NFL writer.
So half the NFL. That doesn't really help us. Everyone wants him. Yeah, of course they want him.
He makes plays, man.
Of course, I know. I'm not saying Honey Badger takes what he wants, but I'm just saying
Honey Badger does what he won't.
He does, but
he does what he won't.
But I do think it's he'd be a good fit almost anywhere. Pretty much anywhere, actually. Now I think about it, I can't. Can we just talk about the fact that Richard Sherman took the 49ers deal immediately?
One of the motivations was that he wanted to play the Seahawks twice a year. It was like the Niners have something that no other team can offer me. Is that every year I get to play the Seahawks twice.
He wanted to pick off Russell Wilson in the end
I think
zone.
he does.
Oh, he does.
I think he wants to pick off Russell Wilson.
Like every time they play.
Oh, of course. I mean, I think he wants to pick off anybody.
I hope Russell's not dumb enough to throw the ball near him. Because against him...
Imagine them in practice, though. Like, I'm sure he's kind of figured it out more about Richard Sherman, and I'm sure Richard Sherman's learned just as much. I'm pretty sure it'd be a good...
more. Sherman's a much smarter
I hope
player.
that's the first game of the season.
Sherman's a much
I would watch that on Sunday Night Football. I would watch 49ers and Seahawks.
Yeah, but you'd watch Browns Jaguars on Sunday Night Football.
I'd watch every game.
Yeah, you would. Nice try.
Red Zone, man. NFL Red Zone. I think it's a hookup.
Okay, fine. Going into the offseason, who are the top 3 best teams now? Right now, as it stands, with all the pickups.
The best teams?
Yeah, on paper. This isn't... I mean, you're probably going to be dead wrong when the season rolls around.
It always happens like
always
that,
happens.
Too.
There's always fool's gold going on.
My top 3, I really like Minnesota. I really like Philadelphia. They're still really, really good.
Patriots.
New England's lost a lot of talent. Though.
Not Patriots. They're again consistency.
They're just good.
No,
but
they're consistent though. As long as they got Brady and Belichick, fine. Or as long as they got Brady.
You're over Belichick.
I'm so over Belichick. He needed to retire at the end of this season. But anyways, as long as they got Brady, I have faith in them. I really do. But I agree. I think those are the top 3 for me too. 3 worst.
3 worst teams.
Cardinals easily. Sam Bradford, come on, that's and they
Yeah.
just lost.
I would say Sam
and they just lost the Honey Badger.
Yeah, I would say the Cardinals maybe.
Cardinals.
It depends on how it goes, but potentially I think the Bears maybe. They got Allen Robinson.
Yeah, they got a couple of good pieces.
They finally gave Trubisky somebody to throw to that wasn't like below average.
You mean an actual wide receiver in the NFL?
Yes, an actual wide receiver in the NFL. Who was good. I'm surprised the Jags didn't make more of an effort to keep him. He was their number 1 receiver. I mean, I like Allen Hurns too, but Allen Robinson's a beast. The Bears should go after Eric Ebron. They really should.
That'd be nice.
That'd make them better.
They have the space, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure they have the cap space.
The teams that I think are going to be at the bottom, though, it's tough.
Cincinnati.
No.
What do they got?
I think Cincinnati's just an average team overall.
What's Cincinnati going? Well, I'm saying compared to other teams, though.
They're not terribly they don't have anybody better than anybody.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the other teams in the NFL. I can't think of teams that are worse than Cincy right now on paper. I just can't. I would take the Browns right now over the Bengals. Isn't that crazy?
I think it'd be a good game.
I think the Browns would win that game.
I think the Bengals would win that game. There's just like right now, the Bengals are at least familiar with their personnel. Like I think Cleveland goes to at least 6 wins. I guess I called it a year early because I had said last year I thought Cleveland was going to win like 5 or 6 games.
I guess it depends on who Cleveland picks up in the draft. Really, it really does.
If they pick up Saquon, they're going to win at least 6 games, in my opinion. As long as Tyrod stays healthy too.
I think the Cardinals are the worst team right now. I really do.
Right now in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I mean they're just not picking up anybody.
The thing is though, they have some really good players though. That's what's
like their defense is okay.
But they lost their coach.
Like they have a good.
They lost their head coach though. That's a huge
Bruce
deal.
Arians, it was his time to retire, man.
Yeah,
He's been dealing with health problems.
But it's still a big deal that he's gone.
It is. We'll see, man. They have a really big defensive coach now. The guy, I can't remember his name. They picked up the defensive coordinator from Carolina to be their head coach. The Dolphins are interested in Chad Henne.
The Dolphins.
They're going to be
They're going to be bad. They're going to be one of the worst. They're just like whatever. We're rebuilding.
They got Ryan Tannehill.
We'll sign Danny Amendola. He'll be our star receiver.
They gave up Landry, Ajayi, and Ndamukong Suh.
All in 1 year.
All in a year. And they picked up Danny Amendola, and they're looking like they're going to pick up Chad Henne.
That's so bad. That's so bad. That is really bad. I just realized that.
They have Tannehill. They're gonna. Well, obviously Cutler was only signed to a 1-year deal.
Whoop-de-doo. So. They have Tannehill.
Chase Daniel is a Bear now. I mean, that's cool.
They lost Ndamukong Suh. Jay Ajayi.
I actually like Jarvis Landry to Browns jerseys. Look at that. On Twitter via Jarvis Landry. It doesn't look bad. Looks like it works.
I mean, anything works when they start wearing it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know. I get what you're saying, though. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I mean, I don't know. Dude.
I'm just giving you a hard time. How about the Lions? How are the Lions looking?
The Lions are going to be fine. I think they're going to be like an average team. They were almost in the playoffs this year.
They got a good coach, too.
They got Patricia now, so their defense is going to get better. The offense should be okay.
How are the Redskins going to be, do you think? I think they're going to bomb. Prediction, they bomb.
I think the Redskins win about 7 or 8 games.
I don't think they make the playoffs.
I think the Lions win about 9 games.
I think the Redskins are going to be pretty bad. I really do. I think it's we're gonna look back and we're gonna go, yeah, Cousins was kind of keeping them afloat all those years. I mean it.
I mean they got Alex Smith though.
He's not better than Cousins.
Alex Smith and Cousins are more similar. I think Cousins is more daring.
Cousins
with the ball.
is younger.
I think Cousins is more daring with the ball. Like he's willing to play a little more hero ball.
They basically got an older Cousins. That's what happened.
Yeah, they traded for an older Cousins because they didn't want to sign Cousins to it
for no reason. I'll never get it. I will never understand it. If I was a Redskins fan, I'd be crying right now. I really would. I'd be sobbing.
Redskins are going to be so mediocre next season, at the very best. Like that's all you can hope for as a Redskins fan is mediocrity.
What team looks great and is going to bomb?
Oh, it looks great and is going to bomb.
And it's going to just be terrible.
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are actually headed for a decline. That's my bold prediction.
Isn't that crazy?
I think Ben Roethlisberger is going to walk into next season and
throw 5 picks. I hope.
They still made the playoffs. I think they're going to be a good team.
They have Antonio Brown.
No, the team that's going to bomb. I think my prediction: the Baltimore Ravens. They're not even good. They're just going to be a bad team.
No, they're yeah, I agree with that. I was waiting for you to say it. I was thinking of
the Steelers.
When's he gonna say Ravens?
My
When's he gonna
brains
say
are just
Ravens?
connecting dots. That's
Ravens
what's
are going to be
happening at this
bad.
point.
Ravens are going to be pretty bad.
The Ravens, I think they're going to be...
Flacco's last season. Calling it. Flacco's last season with the Ravens.
You think so?
Yep.
Do you think they just let him go?
Yep, I think they cut him. Yep. I think
well, the thing is, they've been getting guys at receiver that aren't helpful.
I think
Mike Wallace was supposed to be good for them. Jeremy Maclin, Brashad Perriman has been a bust. They don't have anybody at receiver for him to throw to. Their line keeps getting worse somehow.
Bold prediction: they win 5 games.
The Ravens.
Yep.
The best player on their team right now is Justin Tucker. And I love Justin Tucker. I would probably trade Gostkowski for Justin Tucker.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
5 games though.
5
Did
games?
you see that Super Bowl? See that 2015 championship game?
The 2015 one? Yeah. No, this last one, I don't blame on Gostkowski.
Oh, I do.
You blame Gostkowski for us losing the Super Bowl?
Well, he's up there. He's really high
Well,
up
no,
there.
Ryan Allen muffed you had one job.
I know.
All year,
I know,
and you drop
I know.
it. Obviously, we're still traumatized. Dude, I was watching NFL Top 10s on YouTube and saw...
Him and Bill Belichick are the to blame. Calling it.
Gostkowski? I don't know, man. I like Gostkowski.
Oh, and Allen. I'll throw all 3 of them under the bus.
Because Brady, if you haven't seen the Tom versus time, obviously, dude, his hand was messed up. He probably shouldn't have played. You know what I mean?
It wasn't that bad.
He
said it was bad, and then by Saturday he was like, "Yeah, I can definitely.
Yeah,
play. I'm good."
But let's see. I'm trying to think. But you can't ask Brady to do better on a messed up hand. Threw 505 yards, 3 touchdowns. Didn't throw an interception. Had a fumble.
How about that line though? Letting him get strip sacked, huh? Woo!
I will say the defensive line for the Eagles is good, and that's the only time they actually got to him.
I know, so I got to give our offense credit.
The offensive line played as best as they could. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a matter of time before something happens.
But anyways, back to free agency.
Right now, according to Pro Football Talk via Twitter, Cowboys are either or aren't interested in Ndamukong Suh. So basically, nobody knows. Nobody knows who's getting Ndamukong, and they're just writing stuff because, like, publish it. Put it out there. We don't know. Neither does anybody else.
Are and are not. Okay, we know. Team that looks like they're going to be great in bombs.
Looks like they're going to be great. I could see...
That you're like, on paper, they're going to be nasty.
The Titans.
That's a good pick.
I could see the Titans. Like, they're pretty solid all around on defense. Their offense is okay.
Browns.
But without DeMarco Murray, I really like.
Browns on paper, they're looking, they're going to be pretty good. I could see them just being garbage.
I think they're at least going to win 5-6 games. This year.
I know, but I could see them being a dumbster fire again. Like, never bet on the Browns
to be great. No,
never bet on the Browns to not be a dumpster fire.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Again, it's
guaranteed team that's not going to win 8 games is going to be the Browns.
Yeah, if you got to bet
right now
consistently, you bet on the Browns. If you want to bet on a team that's going to win, it's the Patriots.
Another team that could be bad.
Seahawks.
No, I think Russell Wilson is a monster, dude. I love Russell Wilson. No, Russell Wilson's the reason why they're going to be at least in the hunt. I will say a team that's going to be worse than they expect to be is going to be the Broncos. Because without Talib, they're not going to have Talib. Their quarterback situation got better, but it didn't get like extremely good.
It got better though, thank God.
It did. Good for them. They are now a considerable like playoff team, but they're not going to like win the Super Bowl.
They can make it to the divisional round. Woo! That's basically the Broncos.
The Bills are not going to. They're going to be a worse team in the AFC.
Oh my God! I forgot the Bills are going to be awful. I think it's going to be the Bills and the Dolphins are going to be just trash.
Yeah, and the Jets are going to be okay, but the Bills giving up Tyrod, it was
Jets,
a bad.
I'll give the Jets got some fight in them. I will admit that the Jets got some fight in them.
They do.
That team.
They do. They have a lot of fight, and I'm not a big Jets fan. I will say that. I'm not a big Jets fan, but good for them. I mean, they try. They try really hard.
They really try hard. They're not good, but they try hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Joel Rivas? Is he still with the Chiefs?
He's a free agent.
Forever.
He's gonna end up somewhere closer to the beginning of the season.
Would you pick him up? I wouldn't pick him up.
For the Patriots, I would pick him up. No. I'd pick him up to at least be a nickel.
He has played in the system before.
Yeah, exactly. I would take him for just veteran leadership. Heck, if I was San Fran, Rivas and Sherman on opposite sides of the field.
Smart.
That'd be a really good pickup. They could get him for less than like $3 million.
I'll say this: that Patriots secondary is so garbage that I'll take anyone at this point.
There are some guys I think that New England needs to give up. New England needs to give up a few people in the secondary, and I think that obviously they let go of Butler. You know what I mean?
That's
Butler's
kind of
gone.
Big one.
Yeah, it's a big one, but I didn't have a problem with him. Chung is good.
Get rid of Eric Rowe.
Eric Rowe needs to go.
Get rid of Eric Rowe.
I think Eric Rowe is okay, but he's not. He was not ready for that Super Bowl against a team that he was familiar with. He played.
They were familiar with him.
Yeah.
And they knew what he was. I don't know. Never mind. Anyways,
I'm never gonna get over that move.
How about the Giants? How they look?
The Giants, considering that they got Nate Solder, they're in a good spot to get another good player.
They just need an O-line.
No, yeah.
And
I think I could see them re-signing Justin Pugh. He was one of their better offensive linemen.
Pick up a really good running back. Right?
Yeah.
Pick up a running back. And
If
then
Saquon doesn't go to number 1, I could see them getting Saquon. If not, if I'm the Giants, the safest pick in this draft is Quentin Nelson out of Notre Dame. He's an offensive guard. They're not flashy, but the dude is a beast.
They need an O-line. If Eli can just not get...
If I'm the Giants, I'm taking him.
That's all they have to do is just stop him from getting hit. It's not that hard. They have great wide receivers.
They're not going to have Marshall. They're going to have Odell back. I can see them.
Brandon Marshall? Is he on the market now?
Yeah.
When did he go on the market?
He only signed a 1-year deal, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, I could be, but I'm pretty sure he only signed a 1-year deal. Let me look it up. Brandon Marshall. Let's see.
But if he is a free agent, then that's somebody that a lot of teams should be looking at picking up, honestly, because he's a beast.
Contract. Giants. I'm pretty sure. I thought he'd only signed a 1 year.
I think he's still there, dude.
No, he had signed a 2-year deal.
Yeah, I don't see
Okay, so
anything.
he's going to be there next year.
Yeah, I was like, there's nothing.
Hopefully he stays healthy. Goodness. I haven't eaten anything yet today. That's bad.
I wonder... how about a running back situation since we kept Burkhead?
It's going to be James White, Burkhead. I could see them getting somebody, I could see Woodhead coming back, maybe.
Drafting someone. Picking up a draft pick.
Later draft pick.
Third or fourth
I wouldn't
round.
be surprised.
Third
Maybe
or fourth
maybe a
round.
trade for somebody. Frank Gore's on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude still puts people in the dirt and picks up yards. I wouldn't mind Frank Gore in a Patriots uniform.
I think at this point we just draft someone because we've got a pretty good backfield.
Yeah. I could see.
We got Burkhead.
Well, now that we have this first round pick, let's say the Patriots do pick up AJ McCarron by chance, right? Let's say they pick up McCarron, Hoyer's gone. What else besides quarterback do the Patriots pick up in the first round? They have picked
in the first round. Is that
Yeah.
the only pick we have? Is the 31st?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we're assuming we don't pick up a quarterback.
Yeah.
We're
Let's
gonna
say
take
they're
that off
not.
the
Let's
board?
say they're not going to get a quarterback. Yeah.
They should, but if they don't pick up a quarterback, running back, O-line. I mean, someone on the
I would
defense.
say an offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle.
I'd say a pass rusher.
Yeah.
If they don't get Ndamukong Suh or
Defensive
somebody.
tackle would be good. What was that defensive tackle?
I mean, they have Shelton now, who was a former first round pick, who's, from what I've seen, he's been okay for the Browns, but the Browns are notorious for not using people correctly.
That is fair. They are very notorious for being awful. So
Malcolm Brown's still been pretty. I wouldn't say solid. He's been pretty decent.
He's been good
since we picked him up.
He's been good.
In
Who
the
else
draft.
on that defense do we have? That's the problem.
There's Trey Flowers. There's Dietrich Wise. I really like Dietrich Wise.
I do like Dietrich Wise. Oh, what's the other guy?
Who?
No, the one.
Rivers?
No, the
Because Rivers didn't play this season.
he was on the Jets practice squad and we picked him up.
No, he was on the Bills. Eric Lee.
Eric Lee. I actually really like Eric Lee.
I like Eric Lee. They have some guys rotationally. That are good.
Hightower, Van Noy.
I could see Eric Lee sitting at linebacker. You know what I mean? Rotate him and Harrison out.
Yeah.
In and out. You know what I mean?
That's a good
still like Van Noy.
I love Van Noy. Van Noy stepped up huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Dude's a beast, man. He's
Van Noy-
he's an underrated player on that team.
Van Noy, Hightower. Who else? Is that it? That's pretty much it, right? I can't think of anybody else.
In the front seven?
Yeah.
Not anybody else big.
We need someone. We need one more big guy somewhere on there.
Which is why I really wish the Patriots go after Ndamukong Suh.
We need one more, and then our secondary keep McCourty and Gilmore and just scrap everyone else. I'm sorry, Harmon's all right, Chung's okay, Eric Rowe gotta go, but just Batamosi.
Batamosi's on the market too.
Oh, I'm shocked.
He was okay.
He was no.
He was okay during the season. I mean, when you take Malcolm Butler out,
I know
for
you
the
and me
Super
had
Bowl,
this huge
though,
conversation. It
we
completely
have this
shuffled
conversation
every week,
and it's not going to stop until it'll
never stop.
It's not going to stop this semester. I'm sorry, but it's just not going to stop.
It'll
be a basketball centered week, and we'll still bring up how
Malcolm
Butler
got
still
benched.
didn't play in the Super Bowl.
God. Any word on Gronk? As far as I saw, no.
Nothing confirmed if he's going to retire or not.
I think this is his last year, but I think he's going to play one more year.
I think he's going to play at least one more year. I think as long as Tom's there, he's going to think, okay, there's a chance I can win another Super Bowl. The dude's got 2 rings. He's won at 4 Super Bowls. He's considered one of the greatest tight ends.
Played in 3
of all time. He's played in 3.
Won while on the field. So I mean, you can't really ask for much more. I'm saying how many guys are that great and don't go win Super Bowl rings? So many.
Yeah,
Randy Moss.
Unfortunately, Randy Moss never
Randy
got
Moss,
a ring.
Fitzgerald.
Played in 2 Super Bowls and didn't win.
Oh my God.
Who else? Eric Dickerson never won a Super Bowl.
The tight end who's amazing.
Gonzalez?
Yeah. I don't think Gonzalez.
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez never won a Super Bowl.
Never won a Super Bowl ring.
How close did he ever get? I don't even think he ever made it to the
NFC
Super Bowl.
Championship, I think.
With like the Falcons 1 year or something like that, maybe.
I
don't think he ever got to the Super Bowl.
I don't think he ever played in the Super Bowl.
The Broncos are sending Simeon and a late round pick to the Vikings for a pick in 2019. That's what's happening there.
Okay, I mean, cool.
Julian Edelman's promoting stuff.
Buy my book.
No, it says no. His quote, the tweet is, "Come hang out with me at the Verizon destination store in Boston this Friday." So I guess I'm going to Boston.
So people can yell at him about why Amendola's gone.
Apparently, Edelman's looking really good so far, conditioning wise, coming back in the next season. So good for them.
Him and Cooks, and then Gronk and Hogan.
Yeah,
and White.
I think, which is why losing Amendola,
Amendola,
like my boss, like Jeff, the assistant director for student media here. He's a big Patriots fan, and he was like, "I heard Amendola got picked up by the Dolphins." And I was like, "Okay."
I mean, I felt bummed, but
he's had a great few years.
Do you know how many times I've traded him in Madden?
How many?
I think twice now. I picked him up for the Cardinals. I became a free agent, and I started him for a year, and then I let him walk.
I haven't played Madden since the beginning of spring break. Goodness.
Nothing else big.
Rams are trying to get something for Tavon Austin via trade. Unlikely much happens as other teams are waiting for him to be cut. Tavon Austin wasn't bad in West Virginia.
Who are the big people still on the market? Let's go over who the big guys are on the market.
Matthew, Dominican Sue,
Nelson.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson's on the market.
Ebron.
Sheldon Richardson's also on the market too.
Ebron.
I'm trying to think who else.
There's a couple of
Josh Sitton's on the market. He's a good offensive lineman.
There's a couple of corners on the market.
I could really see Josh Sitton going to the.
There's a couple of cornerbacks though.
Oh, the Eagles are calling around to see what they can get from Michael Kendricks and Vinny Curry. So linebacker and defensive end.
Oh my God.
Well, Vinny Curry's got a $7 million cap hit, and Michael Kendricks, I'm sure he's going to get paid a ton too. So, what if Michael Kendricks goes to the Vikings? His brother Eric Kendrick plays over there.
That'd be a good fit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'd get really familiar with the scheme quickly.
But I think those are the top 6, right, that we just mentioned. I can't think of anybody else on the market that's like a huge pick. Right
Hey,
now.
big news! Former quarterback for the Texans, Tom Savage, is signing with the Saints.
Are you messing with me?
I mean, that's just what happened.
You're not messing with me. That really just happened.
No, that happened. Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, Chase Daniel's not in.
It's okay. When Drew Brees tears his ACL, he'll step up.
Don't do that to Drew. Don't do that to Drew.
And MCL.
Drew Brees deserves
way more.
He deserves the $50 million he just got re-signed for.
Drew Brees deserves way more respect than he gets.
He does. He's a top 5 quarterback of all time to me, man. He really is. You don't see it that way.
No, I don't.
But you're wrong.
Top 10, maybe.
It's because you're wrong.
It may be top 10. Okay, I'll put him at not maybe 10.
Kurt Warner was good, but he's not top 10.
I'd take Kurt Warner over Brees. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I would
call me crazy.
I would take Drew Brees over.
Call
Kurt
me
Warner.
crazy. I'd take Kurt Warner.
You are crazy then. I'm calling you crazy.
That's fine.
Live on air.
No MVPs.
Kurt Warner?
No, Drew Brees.
Drew Brees won an MVP.
No, he didn't.
No, he won Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, never won an MVP.
I'm pretty sure he's won an NFL MVP.
No,
I think so.
Pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has.
I mean, I'm not gonna bet my life.
I think
on
Kurt Warner's won 2, hasn't he?
Maybe.
One with the Cardinals, one with the Rams. Sounds right.
Yeah, he won with the Rams. I'm pretty sure.
Because the greatest show on turf, he won one.
Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, he doesn't have an NFL MVP.
Yeah, I told you.
It's because every year that his 5,000 yard seasons have become so common.
It's stupid.
He deserves, like, you know what's gonna suck?
I'll take him over Dan Marino.
I would for sure. I
would take
Drew
him over
Brees
Dan Marino.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'll swap out Dan
Marino. I would take him over Favre. I would take him over Marino. I would take him over Steve Young. I would.
Steve Young?
Yep. I would take Drew Brees over Steve Young.
How did Steve Young not win more Super Bowls?
I think that they started by the time after he won his first. I think they maybe started like losing pieces.
I know, but oh my God, you can't even win. They didn't even go back. How did they never even go back? That's what.
And they had killed teams. They were
crushing teams for like 5 years or so.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. Now I think about it. That's insane. They still had Jerry Rice like at his top of his game.
It's like imagine that I'm trying to think.
That's like if you had Tom Brady and Randy Moss playing with each other for like 5 years and they never went back and won.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be insane? You'd be like, no, that's impossible.
Well, they kind of did.
They went to 1.
They went to 1 and lost.
They played with each other for what, 3-4 years max?
Yeah.
And Brady was hurt one of those years, and then they traded Moss in the middle of one. They had 2 years together. No,
like 2 full years.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Steve Young and Brady and Jerry Rice, I'm pretty sure, were together for like what, 5-6 years?
At least like 4 or 5
Dude,
years.
they were together a long time. People forget that because
Because Joe Montana went to the Chiefs.
Because Jerry Rice was playing in like 2000, wasn't he?
He played in 2002 when the Raiders lost to the Buccaneers.
Isn't that crazy? He played in 2002. He feels like an old player, like someone from a bygone age, but he really is.
Because he ended up with he played for, of course, the Niners. He played
forever.
He played for the Raiders. He played for the Seahawks at one point. Yep.
He did for like a year.
Because then they unretired Steve Largent's number.
And I think that's it, right? He played for like 1 year and then he was done. He didn't play there more than a year, dude. I don't think so.
Jerry Rice?
Yeah.
At the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he even played the entire season. I think he. I don't remember. Let me look.
I love it. We're now. Well, the thing is, nothing else has happened on the free agency
We thought it was
market.
going to be more exciting.
We did. I'm actually really surprised. Well, that's because all the big moves happened before the show started, or like days before the show started.
Yeah, they really did. And then we run through them so darn quick.
I mean, and honestly, like. And a lot of things we expected to happen happened, right? Cousins went to the
he played San Fran, Oakland, and
Seattle.
Yeah.
At least he stayed on the West Coast.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, whatever.
Well, the thing is, like the Jimmy Graham thing would be more exciting for the fact that they lost Jordy Nelson. So it's like,
yeah,
great, you got one of the best tight ends.
They still
ever.
have they re-signed Devontae Adams. They still have Randall Cobb.
I know.
They've got some good young guys. They still have Ty Montgomery.
Here's the thing: I have no faith in the Packers.
Some reason, everybody's like, oh, they're going to go to the Super Bowl this year. They haven't been since 45. We're at 52. It's been 7 years.
I have no faith.
Or no, it's 53. It's been 8 years.
I have no faith in that coaching staff. I have no faith in that.
It's all Aaron Rodgers.
I have no faith in any of them except Aaron Rodgers. He's the only reason they're even good.
Is it crazy? I honestly think Aaron Rodgers isn't going to retire a Packer.
No, I don't either.
I think he's going to leave Green Bay at some point.
He's going
to leave Green Bay to go play for like some big city team.
He's got what, 2 years left on his contract? 3?
Something like that.
I think Maxey has 3 years, and I agree. I don't think I mean, they could trade him after a year if he's really done. If I were him, I'd be like, I'm not playing. You guys can keep paying me all this money. I'm done because you guys aren't doing anything to help me.
He signed a 5-year deal when?
I think a year or two ago.
He's got. Oh, after this season, he's got 1 more year in 2019.
Yeah. See, I don't think he retires a Packer either. No way.
I think he leaves if nothing else happens because they just released his favorite target. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get Jimmy Graham, which isn't a bad pickup.
They lost one of his friends. He's his friend too.
Yeah.
Let's acknowledge that. They're like
their defense has been underperforming for
forever,
a long time.
For like 4 years, man.
If they had a nasty let's say they had, because Clay Matthews is still nasty.
Great. Who else?
Exactly.
Great.
Clay Matthews is still nasy. I mean,
you can have a
Ha Clinton Dix. Don't forget about that dude.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
No.
But outside of that, they don't really have anybody.
They don't have anyone.
On the defense, no.
They don't have a running game.
Their pass rush is okay because they run a 4-3.
They haven't had a running game either since Lacey left. Since Lacey started to get bad.
Yeah.
I think Lacey's the last good running back they've had.
Like Ty Montgomery's okay, but he was a wide receiver converted to running back. Like they go through running backs like it's no one's business. They have Jamal Williams who's looked really promising at the end of the for the second half of the season, he looked really promising.
You know what it is with the Packers now? I'll believe it when I see it. I'm so over it. Whenever they sign anybody or they do anything, I'll believe it when I see it.
What was this? It looks according to Sports Track, Ryan Tannehill's $16.68 million salary structure restructured, freed up about $11 million in cap space. So yeah, they now have
they are rebuilding for the future.
They have to.
I think they're going to try to lose as many games this year as possible and just get a bunch of good draft picks. Which I can't blame them.
Maybe.
It actually wouldn't be a bad idea. You know why? Because the Patriots are going to start to decline soon in the next 2-3 years.
And if the Dolphins just happen to pull up people,
if they just wait a couple of years, and as the Patriots start to go down,
the Dolphins could eventually be that team. The Jets are always present, but for some reason they're never ever since Rex Ryan and that whole they had a really nasty defense those years
for 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since those couple of years, they haven't been the same team.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think it might be smarter the Dolphins go, wait, why are we even trying? Let's just wait. We're not going to do it. We know we're not going to do it.
They're not going to get through New England. They're not going to win enough games to get past New England.
So why waste money and picks
time and effort?
Why not?
I mean, obviously the NFL, they're not going to endorse tanking. You go to the NFL, you're trying to win games. I think the Dolphins are probably going to have a bad year.
But can't you just see their coach being like, I just need a couple of years. Just give me a few years and I can build a good team. But I need a few years.
You know the team I could see, the surprise team that actually falls, is Oakland.
I mean, Oakland is already so...
They're good, but...
They were supposed to be so good last year. They were in the top... People were talking about them going to the Super Bowl. Oh, Oakland versus New England in the championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, now they've got...
I remember thinking that.
Now they've got, what's-his-face as coach? Oh, my God.
John Gruden?
Yeah, they got Gruden.
Who knows? Because it could just be his first year,
He hasn't done it in so long. I'm so, I want to believe, but I got to wait and see again.
Yeah, it's really a wait-and-see kind of moment. But we're sitting on here in the last It's 6 o'clock. Yeah, literally as soon as I started saying it. 6 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning back into the Rines Report. We'll be joining you here once again next week, hopefully with even better news, what's going on around the NFL. The March Madness tournament starts tomorrow. Radford University is playing Villanova, number 1 ranked Villanova, tomorrow in Pittsburgh. So make sure to turn your TVs on, check that game out.
6:30?
I think it's about 6:30. I want to say, like, I can't remember what channel it is. But it's going to be on... I might as well just pull it up. Villanova.
We're going to win that game. Calling it.
Let's see. They play Radford.
Greatest upset of all time.
Tomorrow at 6:50. What channel is it going to be on? Because they're having watch parties all around campus. I can't find it.
Go Highlanders.
Go Highlanders. Have a nice week. And you're listening to RadioFreeRadford.com.